Welcome back to Mega Man 10. And it seems Proto Man is in trouble. We finished the first stage of Wily's Castle with Mega Man, and this is the scene that happens after you beat the first stage of Wily's Castle with Proto Man. It turns out Proto Man has gotten Roboenza as we've gone through the castle, which makes sense. I mean, if Wily was the one that made the Roboenza virus, it would make sense for his virus to be around his castle. Luckily, Mega Man has a prototype of the cure with him. I don't know how he has a prototype cure, but hey, he's able to heal Proto Man. And we're moving on to Wily Stage 2 as Proto Man. Easily the hardest level in the entire game, especially with Proto Man. Oh my god. Though not to make things too mean about this level, the music, as usual, is phenomenal. I went on record on saying this before, that I love this game's soundtrack, and every castle stage in this game has fantastic music. I still prefer Wily Stage 1 as my favorite song in the entire game, but that's not to say that the music for the next two stages are bad either. Actually, the next couple of stages. But don't let the awesome music fool you. This level is ridiculous, regardless of who you're playing it as. It's just, unfortunately, Proto Man has the downside of having double damage. So yeah, then that can happen. See, I haven't cut out all my deaths. I just want to show off some of them because it's bullshit sometimes, you know? But yeah, this level is ridiculous. There's just so many things happening at once. And this is normal mode, mind you. I have beaten the game on hard mode, and this level... I hate this level on hard mode so much. It's like you take the hardest level in the game already on normal mode, and like I'm already basically playing the game on hard mode using Proto Man here, but then if you play on actual hard mode, there's so many more things. I think like every open pit has those parachute bombs coming out of it in hard mode. The conveyor belts are moving faster in hard mode. You find there's no end. I think there are some energy tanks, but not nearly as much as there are in easy and normal mode. But actually, since I never showed, I haven't actually recorded easy mode yet. But there's actually a specific item that only shows up in easy mode. That was actually an item that was in Mega Man 1. If you remember way back in Mega Man 1, during the very last stage of during Wily's last level, you had that weird little item at the very end before you fought the last 4 Robot Masters. It's that item that refills your health and weapon energy to full. That shows up again in easy mode all over the place, and it works the same way as it did in Mega Man 1. It fully restores your HP and weapon energy. And they're all over the place in easy mode, but this isn't easy mode. This is normal mode, and in this level you have to fight the two most annoying mini-bosses, starting with the two Phoenixes from Solar Man's level. They are weak to Water Shield, but it takes way too long to kill them with it. So it's just... Look, I already have to use up 2 of my 3 E-Tanks just fighting these guys, specifically because I'm Proto Man. If I was Mega Man or Base, I guarantee you I wouldn't have to use any E-Tanks. I'm out of practice with playing as Proto Man. Thankfully, that's a checkpoint. Actually, no, it's not. That's not even a checkpoint yet. But now we have these crushers that are very reminiscent of Metal Shark Player's stage from Mega Man X6, And maybe that's why I hate this level so much, because it has a lot of ridiculously stupid, like stupidly hard sections for no reason. This is how all of Mega Man X6 is, by the way, just really bad level design. And I won't technically say this is bad level design, because it's not. It's just that Proto Man makes it so much harder than it needs to be. Now we're at the checkpoint, thank God. But here's the thing, if you die here, you have to keep refighting this mini-boss every time you die. By far, the most annoying mini-boss to deal with in this entire game is Octobulb here. And I swear, for some reason, I don't even think it's because I'm Proto Man. I think just like this particular layout is harder than the layout of when you fought him in Sheep Man's level. And then you have this spike drop here. If you can fall to the right, you can get a Mega Tank if you're dropping further down that way, but it's really hard to get. And now for the most frustrating section of the level. There's so many open pits. And there's a whole bunch of enemies above you that can snipe you, there's a whole bunch of enemies that can snipe at you where you can't do anything, and you can't do anything about it. You just have to deal with it. And then you have these cannons, more Mets. Then you have the ice blocks that break every time you jump or shoot them. It's just ridiculous how many things are on this screen. And I'm sitting there going like, I'm almost there, I can make it, there's even an extra life there just in case. I can do this, come on, I can make it. And I recommend trying to go to the top route, because otherwise you have to deal with this guy. You also get a giant life energy up there on easy and actually on easy mode I think that's another Yasaishi, but... I screwed up, because I was trying to get that life energy. If this were Mega Man 9, it wouldn't be a problem because I could just use Hornet Chaser, but this game doesn't have a Hornet Chaser. And now this jump right here is just all kinds of annoying. I'm doing it completely wrong. I'm trying to make the jet show up. Like, what I thought I could do is I could do like Mega Man 3, where if I'm mid-air when I summon the jet, it'll stop where I was, but it doesn't do that in this game. It just stops on wherever you're standing. So Past Me hasn't figured that part out quite yet. And now I was trying to see if I could get the life energy because I desperately needed it, and then I'm just like, you know what? I can't switch around quickly enough. There, that's how you're supposed to do it. And I was really tempted to jump down and get the life energy from here, but... I also just really wanted to get this level done because... I mean, if you look at the time here, we're only 8.5 minutes in, but I've already had to edit out a couple of deaths. So yeah, I was not excited to do this level. Whoa! And now we got more crushers. Thankfully they go in a pattern, so it's left crusher, right crusher, middle crusher. So if you keep that in mind and just wait, you basically just have to be patient with this section. You can make this jump. Right here I'm waiting for the crusher to go through. You can actually just make that jump, and then I died. Thankfully, I'm deciding... Don't worry, though, I'm jumping back here, because you have to refight Octobulb, and I get hit by that stupid jumping robot again. You have plenty of time to jump in between where that crusher is before it smashes you. I just didn't want to risk it, because I didn't think I could make the jump, but then I found out here, oh, that jump's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. And that sucks, because I shouldn't have had to die there. And then I was really, really tempted to recharge my jet, but then I remembered this is the last level I'm playing this is the last level I'll be playing as Proto Man, so it doesn't matter. If you remember from Mega Man 9, there was an extra life inside the Dr. Wily symbol. Well, it was the Dr. L symbol before, but... Jumping inside the box, you can get a life energy and weapon and extra life, I believe. Then we have the boss, this giant crab. I'm not going to say the meme, because screw that meme. It's already been done to death, I don't need to say it any longer. It's called the Crab Puncher. As you can see what it does punch you, and then it shoots these bubbles at you. The bubbles actually are kind of annoying to deal with. The best thing I can say is use Water Shield. And then I died. The boss's weakness is the Commando Bomb, and I almost had him, but of course I died. But I jump cut. You don't want to see me go through it again, especially when I don't have his weakness anymore. But there, he's dead. His actual weakness, I think, is the lightning wall, but it's way too hard to hit him with it. But now we're going to go through Wily 3 with Bass. This scene comes up if you play through Wily 1 with Bass, just like the scene with Proto Man, but through the magic of editing, I'm going to throw it in here. So apparently Bass gets Robo-Enza going through the castle as well, but Treble has a cure for him, so he's all good. I thought I edited this a little bit better, but oh well, there's a little bit of a flash there. Anyway, moving on to Wily 3 with Bass. Keeping in the tradition of reminding us of Mega Man 2, Wily Stage 3 is all purple. It also has my second favorite Wily theme in the game. Well, third favorite actually, but we'll get to my second favorite later on. Really, I can't judge which song from the castles that I like the best, because they're all so good. But anyway, this is a million times easier a stage than Wily 2, which kind of makes me think that this should have been Wily 2 and the last stage was Wily 3. But that's not to say this level doesn't have its share of difficult sections, like this elevator spot right here. The stage is constantly scrolling down, and you have to move the platform by jumping on these buttons. And if you're me, you can accidentally walk into spikes and die, but... God dang it. But aside from accidentally walking into spikes, if you're crushed by the spikes, even if you have minor invulnerability from taking touch damage, being crushed still kills you, so be careful about that. So there are times where enemies can blindside you and knock you underneath spikes and you die from crushing, not necessarily from the spike damage. But let's try that again. Let's try and do a better job of this, shall we? I already feel bad that I already feel like I shouldn't be dying at all because I'm playing on normal mode, but okay. But that's okay. Aside from Wily 2, anyway. The safest thing to do is just keep the platforms as where I had it. Just keep it not quite all the way left, but far enough left that you can just kind of stand on it and just move left and right to avoid the spikes. But now we have our water section, and normally you just have to dive down here, but since you have Treble Boost, you can just kind of coast your way down here. So you don't have to worry about you don't have to try to dodge the spikes anymore. And then we have this I don't know what to call this moving platform here. Back from Blade Man's stage. So you just have to keep jumping left and right as usual. If you wait too long, then it'll start beeping and it'll pull you all the way back. But we're getting close to the end of the video here. So in the next video, we will be finishing up Wily 3 with Bass. See you guys then.